All right, guys, welcome back. Let's get this Wednesday morning started. As I indicated at the top of the show, you would have been witnessing this week, we are in a brand new studio space, and behind us and around us, you'll be seeing some wonderful art pieces. As I indicated, every month on the show, we will be really showcasing a different artist every month. And I'm so happy to have our very first artist that contributed her pieces here to be part of the Cup of Joe energy here on a weekday morning. This morning, let me introduce Gabriella ABREAU. She is an artist here in Trinidad and Tobago doing some wonderful work. And Gabriella, thank you so much for being here this morning. So Gabriella, I had you on the show a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't see these things.
No.
You were doing greeting cards?
Yes, I still do them.
You still do them?
But I'm more focusing on my fine artwork now.
Right. Because you were almost like writing like our own local hallmark kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying
it was
to
like
remember.
a local version of hallmark cards.
Yeah,
so to speak.
yeah. So you write as well? Is it that you have that natural?
Not really so much right,
No?
but what I have is a local greeting card collection, and that's actually still available at the shops of Normandy.
Right. So you can get local greeting
Greeting
cards.
cards,
Yeah, nice. But now you're focusing on your fine art.
Yes.
Which we are seeing this morning here and have been seeing on the show this week so far.
Right.
So let me when you brought the pieces to us, I looked at the pieces. I mean, the colors are so vibrant
Yeah.
and bright, and then it gets dark, and I want to use the word erotic almost.
Oh, wow.
But it's sometimes what your perspective. But tell me about where the inspiration for your pieces come from.
Well, it comes from a lot of different places. When I first started doing art, I was first interested in actually fantasy art. So I think that's probably where a little bit of the inspiration still comes from today. But I kind of like try to incorporate some local elements into the paintings, as well as the vibrancy of the Caribbean, really, and truly the colors, the bright colors, and so that's really what you're seeing.
Because looking at it as well, it was not. I'm going totally out of my realm here, but it wasn't typical art.
What you would normally see as the image of probably Caribbean, typical Caribbean art.
Yeah. It's not. It's so out there, and yet it really captures your imagination as to what was the artist thinking here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I actually studied illustration in school, so there actually is a lot of an illustrative quality to it. So I'm sure if you look at it, you can kind of see it in a book or a magazine and stuff like that. So even though it is like gallery exhibition work, like you would show in a gallery, it still has that kind of illustrative quality still to it.
Yeah, because you explained it, I think, in those two last pieces there. Because in other words, you won't sit down by a park side or by a beach side, and that's not what you do. It all comes from somewhere in that crazy mind of yours.
It's mostly imaginative based.
Yeah.
So normally what I would do is I would start out with like the idea in my head, and I'll do a couple of sketches. Maybe I'd look up some images to give me some more inspiration, and then I just start working on the canvas or the paper.
So where would an image start? Let's just let's go crazy and take an example, because I mean, when I saw it, I said it really popped at me. It's nothing in particular.
Right.
But what is it? Where would that image start in your mind as a sketch?
Yeah. So a lot of them are, I'm sure you'd notice, are figure based. So a lot of them, I'm very much inspired by human figure type work. Although I do a lot of abstract and what you would call semi-abstract.
Semi-abstract.
So like
I'm going to write that down, because there's a semi-abstract piece.
This one here, for example, has the figures in it, but it's not really a realistic portrayal of a figure, per se.
Yeah.
So I would start with a kind of sketch of, okay, how would I want to compose the piece, right? So what would I want to be the focal point or the main interest point of the piece? And I would start with a sketch, and from there I might sometimes do what you call a color study. So what a color study is basically I kind of just, maybe with color pencils or even with paint on a piece of paper, kind of just draw in where I want my general colors to go. And then I would start on the canvas. Either I would transfer it from a drawing, or I would just start with the paint and start drawing.
As you explain, I'm seeing. It's not coming to life. It's not coming to life because as I said, there would be bright, bold, and then there's some nice warm dark.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like really high contrast.
Right.
So as you notice, there are lots of darks and really bright colors as well.
Let's go through some of them.
Sure.
The guys will focus. Let's focus on this little one here under the cup of Josine. You met her before?
I'm familiar with her.
Where did this little one come from?
That was done for a group exhibition maybe about 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
The theme of that exhibition was like I wanted to do a lot of pieces that incorporated both the human figure as well as nature. So actually the flower or the floral element on her head is actually a chaconia.
Oh.
Right, and the title of the piece is called Pride. So it really is about having pride in your country.
Right.
Chaconia being the representative of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. I saw her recently. I met her last.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So let's go to semi-abstract.
Right.
That's correct? Am I correct?
Yeah, you could say semi-abstract. It definitely isn't a realistic portrayal.
Right.
It actually came from the same exhibition as well as Pride, and this was basically inspired by how a kind of play on the idea of nature being both a constructive and a destructive force. So the figure is actually supposed to be a statue, and the leaves are kind of overgrowing the statue to show basically how even after humans have come and gone, nature would always persevere, even though we're seeing a lot of destruction of the environment, but at the end, even if we're not here, the nature would be here and it would thrive.
A concept drives you.
Yes. So this is a concept. This is a more conceptual piece. Rather than a literal type of piece.
Wow, yeah. Because I looked at it and I said like, wow.
Yeah.
But what is it? But wow.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Great. So behind you, you have that's a man and
a woman.
A woman.
So this is very much like an Adam and Eve type piece, right? Garden of Eden-esque piece, but instead of the traditional apple, we have a mango.
That's
right?
mangoes.
Right. So it's a bit more of a local take on it, and then we have the snake, which is intertwining between them. But
they're rooted.
They're rooted, right? So it just shows how humans are of the earth. We are made from the earth, and to the earth we will come. It's almost biblical, but also it's showing the connection between man and woman as well.
Wow. So in this short little time, I'm appreciating all your work so much more now.
Well, right. Because when you hear what the artist is coming from, there's a lot more to get from it.
Wow. Let's head to the top. That's a nice warm dark piece.
This one behind. Yes. Actually, this is one of my earlier works. This was done maybe 2008. I'm seeing 2008. So quite a little while ago.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you can obviously see the difference in the variation of styles, right? I've gotten a lot brighter since then.
So you're not doing warm dark anymore?
No, I do, but not quite so dark maybe.
Right.
This one is entitled Earth Element, right?
Okay.
So that piece was really about this was during my fantasy phase. As you can tell, you can see the fantasy element right? So it really was about celebrating a visual representation of what the earth, right? So she is basically just a visual manifestation of all that comprises nature, right? And it just has a couple of days and moonlight. It kind of has a mystical quality.
It does, But below,
right?
Yes, who is she?
Right. So the name of this piece, this is just really a fun piece, right? This is just again part of the body of work for that nature human element exhibition. And her name is Frangipani Bliss.
Right. You named her?
Yeah. So basically, the flowers are frangipanis, which are local to the Caribbean and stuff. And it's just basically a celebration of that natural environment.
Just a nice
feel-good
piece. Yeah, it's a nice feel-good piece.
It's nothing deeper or anything. It's just
you're in a good mood.
Yeah, it's a nice, pretty piece.
Pretty piece. And let's look at the last one we have here this morning.
All right. So this painting is called Duality, right?
Duality.
Yeah. As in two different sides, right? So in this piece, I was really interested in doing two different things. Well, one was the contrast, using the colors to contrast, right? So you have the blue and the red and kind of contrasting against the yellow and the green. So a kind of dynamic balance between all the colors. And also I was interested in portraying the different elements. So you have the blue represents the water, the female and her hair, and you notice the fire, right? The green, The green behind the blue element would have been earth, the leaves, right? And the peacock representing an animal or nature, right? So all the different elements as one. Yeah.
Wow. Typically speaking, how long does one piece take to complete?
A piece could take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of months, really. Some artists tend to work by doing one piece at a time. I'm not one of those artists. So I normally work on multiple pieces at the same time. So really, for me to define how long I would take is a little challenging. But I actually find when you work on multiple pieces at the same time, they tend to speak to each other, so to speak. So for example, for the collection with the earth and human elements as one, I would have worked on multiple of them together, and they kind of feed off of each other. So, you know, you get an idea of the colors you want to use and all, like a kind of consistency you want to maintain, and that kind of a thing.
Wow. So we're so glad that we'll be showcasing your work over the next few weeks here on the show. As I said, I mean, looking at it, over the last couple of days, it just inspired me. I said, you know, you walk into the studio now and you feel bright, and you feel alive, and the color pops at you.
Yes.
Hey, thank you so much, Gabrielle.
Great to be here.
Gabriella d'Abreu, our first artist that we will feature here on the show. Touch us on our Facebook page and all our social media platforms, guys. We can give you all the details. If you are seeing a piece that you like on the show, just touch us on Facebook. Or Gabrielle, you can be found on social media.
Yes, I can. Just type in Gabriella d'Abreu Art on Facebook and you can
Gabriella d'Abreu Art. Or as I said, just touch Couple Joe and we will have all the information that you need with regards to this particular artist, Gabriella d'Abreu, dropping by this morning on the show. Let's take a short break, folks. We are coming back. This is Wednesday morning. Hope you're having a good one.